Hi everyone, and thank you for joining us. Spokane's Mayor-elect Nadine Woodward is being sworn into office, and the ceremony is at the U.S. Pavilion in Riverfront Park. And in fact, we are going to take a live look at the ceremony right now.
Nadine Woodward is the 45th mayor of Spokane. Her swearing-in ceremony will be followed by an inauguration reception from 5 to 7.
All right, so again, a live look from downtown where that ceremony is getting set to begin, and things will be underway. We'll continue to check in with that. First, of course, one of the big stories of today, more snow already falling in the Spokane area, and more winter weather on the way could impact New Year's Eve plans all around the Northwest. Hi, Thomas.
How's it going, Laura and Dana Marie? And here's the thing, a little bit of some light flurries and snow shower activity. Bit of a surprise with our forecast because really tomorrow is the main event. So consider this a little teaser as of right now. So a very light dusting of snow falling at Riverfront Park. In fact, if you can see the grassy area, you can still see a little bit of the green grass trying to poke through, but that new coating of snow trying its best. But here's the thing, you look at Doppler radar, this hardly looks like anything. So this is some very light stuff overall. You have to really squint at some of these blue shades that are coming into like the Cheney and the South Hill area are just barely getting picked up on Doppler radar. Now, the winter storm watch kicks in tomorrow morning for these areas shaded in blue. Spokane, Coeur d'Alene not quite included in that. We're kind of missing out on the heaviest stuff, which could be anywhere between 2 or 3 inches at the low end of estimates, 6 inches at the high end of estimates in some of these area valleys. But you look at our 12-hour forecast, kind of small chances for some light snow heading into the evening hours, but it all really gets underway come tomorrow. So that looks like a much deeper swath of snow hitting us at around 6 a.m. But I have a more detailed hour-by-hour time frame of this storm system, as well as how much snow and rain to expect over the next 48 hours, all coming up in just a few minutes here at noon.
All right, thank you, Thomas. We'll check back in with that forecast a little bit later. Today, a memorial service will honor the life of Pierce County Deputy Cooper Dyson. The procession for Dyson began at 11 a.m. this morning, and it will be followed by a public memorial service at the Tacoma Dome starting at 1 p.m. All flags are lowered in Spokane today in remembrance of Dyson.
And Deputy Dyson died earlier this month. He was heading to a domestic violence incident when his vehicle went off the road and caught fire. You can watch the memorial for Dyson today. That will be on KREM.com and also on the KREM 2 mobile app.
A U.S. Border Patrol agent and his canine partner were involved in a car crash yesterday. Investigators say they hit black ice on Highway 395 near Colville. Canine Jackie died in that crash. We're told the agent has multiple injuries but is going to be okay. The acting chief patrol agent sent out his statement saying in part, "We understand the risks that we take as well as our canine partners. It's never easy when we do lose a partner."
One child was injured in another 2-car crash. This is on Highway 395 in Adams County last night. This happened near Lynn, Washington. Troopers say a driver was going the wrong way on Highway 395 when they hit another vehicle with 2 kids inside. One of the kids was taken to the hospital. All lanes were closed but have since reopened. Now, we still do not know if the driver is facing any criminal charges, but we'll certainly keep you updated right here, of course, on KREM 2 and always on KREM.com.
And we do have an update for you this morning on 2 missing children out of Idaho. Authorities say they've made no progress in finding the children despite hundreds of tips. Now, 8 officers with the Rexburg Police Department are following leads from across the country in their search for 7-year-old Joshua Vallow and 17-year-old Tylee Ryan. The children have not been seen since September.
Now, the children's parents issued a statement through their attorney saying they love their son and daughter and look forward to addressing allegations once they have moved beyond what they say speculation and rumor. The couple married in recent months after their spouses died under unusual circumstances earlier this year.
2 members of a Texas church are dead after a gunman opened fire during a Sunday service. Local leaders say it could have been much worse had it not been for other members of the church who returned fire and killed the gunman.
Gunfire started shortly before noon on Sunday when a man entered the church and began firing a gun at the West Freeway Church of Christ in White Settlement. This is a northwestern suburb of Fort Worth. The service was being live streamed while the shooting actually happened. The parishioner who killed the suspect is part of a volunteer security team. Several more members of the church also drew their guns.
The threat was stopped thanks to the quick and heroic actions of those safety members inside the church.
The FBI is working to identify the gunman's motive, and the gunman's identity has not been released, though the FBI says he had roots in the community and a criminal past. The congregation will meet again tonight to complete its Sunday morning service.
A man accused of stabbing 5 people celebrating Hanukkah at a rabbi's home has been charged with federal hate crimes. Authorities say they found handwritten journals referencing Jews and anti-Semitism within his home. New York's governor said Saturday night's attack north of New York City was an act of domestic terrorism. On Sunday, the 37-year-old suspect pleaded not guilty to 5 counts of attempted murder and 1 count of burglary. The new year is bringing in some new laws to Washington state, and we're giving you a look at what they are and how they may impact so many of you out there. First off, paid family and medical leave goes into effect in 2020. The new law states any person who works 820 hours over the course of the year can receive 12 to 18 weeks of paid leave for a qualifying life event. Workers can cash in leave for events like the birth or adoption of a child, a serious illness or health condition, a serious illness of a family member, or certain military events involving the return or deployment of a family member as well.
Car seat laws are also changing in the new year. Children under 13 who are 4 feet 9 inches tall will be required to ride in a booster seat. Children up to 2 years old must be in a rear-facing car seat, and children between 2 and 4 years old must ride in a car seat with a harness. The law recommends children under 13 ride in the back seat whenever possible. The minimum wage in Washington is also increasing on January 1st. It will increase from $12 an hour to $13.50 an hour. In July 2020, it will also be illegal to pay those with disabilities less than the state minimum wage. The initial minimum wage increase passed in 2017, but wages rose incrementally since then. And the national minimum smoking age has been raised from 18 to 21. That includes Washington and Idaho. The bill was passed in the Senate as part of an effort to combat youth vaping epidemics. The legislation bans anyone under 21 from buying any form of tobacco products, including e-cigarettes.